How have your aspirations changed, if at all, from your 20s into your 30s?
When I first got a job in the city, and even out of high school, like I was really concerned. My aspiration, this is going to sound totally retarded, was to be able to look at a menu at a restaurant and not care what the prices were. That was literally my impression. And I achieved that goal when I was 25. When I was 25, I was making a six-figure salary at J. Walter Thompson, and I was a partner there. And I could look at any menu and not care. If I was ordering a steak or ordering whatever, I could sit down any place, and it didn't really matter.
Right.
And it wasn't about being, rich or anything like that. It was just not feeling trapped by the spaces you would go to. Like when I was growing up, my father made good money, and we lived in a great town in New Jersey, and, 2 cars, big yard, every like American dream. And I think my parents like kind of kept me hungry in a way, like not enough allowance, not really giving me any money to buy stuff. So I was always very frugal and very conscious of money. And I just wanted to get to a point where I didn't have to worry about that. And so I did that. And then I was working really hard. I was working till like 6 o'clock in the morning, doing pitches and going out at night, meeting all kinds of women and making friends and really partying like a lot. That was very fleeting, but it was really fun. When I got to TBWA in my late 20s, I started to realize that there was different types of corporate cultures you could be in, and ones that really embrace creativity, and ones that are really competitive, and ones that are conservatively oriented. And then I really, at that point in my like late 20s, I was when I started my own company, the Happy Corp. And that was when I wanted to be in control of my life, was really the goal. Like I wanted to not have to work on clients I didn't want to work on. I wanted to control the experience, creating a cushy environment where creativity could happen, where I could allow other people to have their own creativity to happen. Like a lot of it wasn't really even about my own creativity. I just wanted to be surrounded with it. Mm-hmm. And that experience was like, it wasn't as focused on like building a business and making money. It was really focused on like, how can we have like really awesome, fun stuff happen. And now in my 30s, I'm really more focused on how can I create things that are more lasting? What can I do that will in some ways impact the world in a positive way? And then how can I create a suitable incubation space where I can conjure that thing? And it's not that I have plenty of ideas where things I want to do, but my goal right now is to set an incubation space where I can create something that will be lasting. Mm-hmm. And I have a partner in that who is extremely supportive, and she has her own ideas, and every day we're coming up with like all kinds of thoughts, and we're figuring out how to process them and organize them into something that's really amazing. So I think I kind of sprinted at the start, and I was really excited about what I was capable of doing. And I found out that I could contribute at the highest level in the advertising and marketing business. But then I found at the top of that, I wasn't so interested in what the people at the top of that were very interested in. And I think that's one of the things that I think is interesting, is I want to try to adjust how audiences see my contribution. Mm-hmm. And even as a child, I did never want me to be a famous person. Right. I wanted my work to be famous, and I think I'm trying now to refocus myself from my younger self, which is, can something I do live up to the name or whatever that has kind of happened around me, which is mm-hmm. weird. So I'm trying to. That's my focus now, which is what are the things I can do that are of a quality that my childhood self would be proud of.